I'm very excited to be here at your meeting today. As he said, my name is Sean Franklin. I am with the NGLCC, manager of the Stakeholder Engagement Center. For those of you who might not know what the Engagement Center is, you've probably, a lot of you have received emails from me, especially in the last couple of weeks. Sorry if I've bombarded your inboxes, but we've been trying to get as much information out to our suppliers as possible. The Engagement Center basically is we call it a concierge service for our corporate partners as well as you, our stakeholders. When there's opportunities available, corporate partners will reach out to the Engagement Center looking for suppliers that will be a fit for the opportunities. What I do is I do a search through the database, visit your website, do keyword searches, things like that, to try to find possible candidates that are close to what the corporate partner has asked for, and I get those lists to them. Once I give those lists to the partner, everything is in their hands. They'll do their due diligence, and if they see a fit on the list that I gave, they will reach out to you directly with a proposal or for more details about what they're looking for. Also, we work hand in hand with all the matchmakers, as well as we're starting to try, with everything going on now, virtual matchmaking. So this is something that we're looking into and trying to get ready to do here very shortly. So you'll be hearing information about that. Basically, I was told that we wanted to find out about what's going on with supply diversity with the NGLCC. So I just kind of wanted to give you an update of what we're doing in this time. First of all, the COVID-19 has been a big deal these last few weeks. And we as a chamber have tried our best to give opportunities where we can give information to you, our suppliers, our BEs, and whether it's you're having problems with your small business because you're not having the business because of everything that's going on, giving those opportunities. Last week we did a supplier relief service form we sent out to all the suppliers to see if you have any PPE, which is the services that could be helped for the COVID-19 initiative. We got quite a few responses, and we're putting that together, and we're going to get a list together of all the suppliers that have different opportunities, if that's masks, gowns, sanitizer, what have you. They have virtual services that you can use to have your meetings, things like that. So that's something that we've been really working on. Also, we have the resource and economic support page on our website. So if you have issues with your, as far as, you need money for your business, we've got different opportunities there where you can reach out to different organizations who are offering monies to small businesses. There's a great Zoom video that we had a few weeks ago with the Small Business Association, where almost 1,000 people attended, that talks about, everything that's going on with the COVID-19 and trying to help small businesses and make sure that small businesses don't go under during this time period. So that's also on the website. A lot of these things I'm talking about, once you pull up nglcc.org, it's in the main page on the sliders that are going by. You can just click and you can go directly to that information. Regarding supply diversity in a whole for certification, talked to Alicia Green, who's the manager for the supply diversity department with NGLCC. She says certification has not halted. We're still having suppliers coming in wanting to be certified. And so that initiative is continuing to go. We've also started to do online virtual site visits. So those of you who have been certified, knowing that you used to have a site visit come to your actual location to ask you some questions to finalize your certification. Right now, all of that's being done virtually, and from what I understand, it's been very successful in allowing us to get our suppliers certified a lot faster as well. So we're really proud of that right now. Also, what we got going on are our webinar Wednesdays. If you go again to the website, we're trying to do webinars of some sort, whether that's about online matchmaking, about trainings, business development. If you're needing assistance with creating a capability statements, which I highly, if you don't know how to do those, I highly tell you to go ahead and get a part of that, because a lot of times corporate partners ask for those, and many times I reach out to suppliers and they don't have them. So getting a capability statement, and it can be a quick 1-2 page thing about your business, and you're good to go. So the webinars usually happen mostly on Wednesdays. There are a few that are on other days, but again, there's a schedule on the website for those as well. Also on the website, if you are interested in presenting or doing a webinar for the chamber, on that page, there's an application. You just submit your information. It'll go to the webinar team, and they'll reach out to you and then schedule time for you to do your presentation. So great opportunity to show your business there. Also, starting tomorrow and every last Friday of the month, we're doing the LGBT Sip and Pitch. It's called the LGBT Sip and Pitch Fridays. And this is a chance to informally present your business to a panel of experts and your fellow business owners for positive, constructive feedback and new areas. So it's basically giving your pitch. It's 5 minutes. If you don't have a 5-minute pitch already developed, then just do your elevators pitch. We'll have corporate partners who are online who will give you constructive feedback, tell you what you did well, what you can improve on. And it's just a way of, again, learning more about what our corporate partners are looking for, because when they do give that feedback, even if you're not presenting, you can also listen in and know what it is that they want to see when you present your business to them. Basically, again, we're just trying to make sure that we're all in this together with the COVID-19. We're here to help you. If you want to reach me, my email is my first name, initial, Sean Franklin @ngocc.org. So it's sfranklin@ngocc.org. Or I can also be reached at the Engagement Center, which is engagementcenter@ngocc.org. That's pretty much, quick, fast, and a hurry what I got for you. I'm open for any questions that you may have.
Thank you so much, Sean. I'm going to throw out another poll based on something you just said.
Okay.
Let's see. So how many of you already have a capability statement prepared? So let's see. And so, Sean, maybe you can answer this. And so Jason, please assist if you can as well. So I've not filled out, I don't have a presentation on the NGLCC portal, like as a diverse business owner. I don't know what it is required in terms of like filling it out. Like, I don't know if it just populates itself, or is it something that you have to go in and update? But you talked about the importance of being able to look at that information and to make referrals to corporate partners based on what's there. So for folks who haven't done that, just what's the importance of making sure that that information is filled out, up to date, current? Can you talk about that?
And I'm sorry, the first part of your question is, I think you're talking about you're creating like your profile, or?
So in the of course, I don't know what it is, the member portal for NGLCC, it is that you go to identify. So, I don't know if, it's my responsibility to like go in and ask for information, to fill out things. Maybe folks on the call might already know that, but can you just?
Okay, yeah. Well, it's basically, it's our database, it's Salesforce. And it's information that you populate into your profile. So go to your My NGLCC from the webpage, put in your information there. And it is a good idea I'd say go there, at least every couple of months to make sure everything is up to date, because I don't know how many times I've gone in and websites aren't working. The contacts have changed, things like that. So it makes it harder when we're trying to get, because a lot of times when these requests come from partners, sometimes first thing I see an email that morning and they want it by noon, or they want it by the end of the day. So I'm having to do it quick. A a lot of times I try to reach out to the suppliers first and make sure this is something that you can do. But there's sometimes that I just don't have that luxury, and I have to just get based on what I see in the database and in your website is what I go for, and I send that information to the partners. So big thing to do is make sure any keyword that you think possible for your business, put it in your keyword search so that when I do keyword searches, you pop up. And like I said, again, ensure your website is good. It's set up correctly in the profile and things like that. So that helps with any type of searches I do for these corporate partners.
And then
I'm sorry, not only do I do this for corporate partners, if you have an opportunity that's come to your way and you need someone to be like a tier 2 to you, like you may not be able to do everything on that proposal that a corporate partner has presented to you, you can come to me as well, and we can try to find another supplier that can maybe you guys can partner together and get the business that way. So it's not just for our corporate partners to use us, it's also for you guys to use as well.
That's a really good suggestion and reminder. So I have a question from Bernadette. She says, Sean, I bundled together a lot of the online LGBTQ training that I already have into various virtual pride programming packages that companies can purchase. Have you seen any interest in something like that from your corporate partners?
Good question, Bernadette. Actually, yes. We're actually putting together a Pride, virtual Pride guide, and that we're going to send to our corporate partners that will have suppliers listed on there with your services. I believe Supply Diversity sent out a questionnaire maybe a week or so ago. Did you receive that?
I don't think that I receive it, and I look at the emails pretty carefully. I did submit an RFP to speak on one of the NGLCC webinars on this topic on how to do it yourself. Okay. But I don't think I saw anything like any sort of call for proposals for this Pride guide.
Okay, so what I'll do is let me check the list when I get off the call, and I can contact you and get you set up and make sure you're included on that list.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry if I missed it.
No problem. I know when all the emails come you guys' way, and I again apologize, but again, we're trying to get as much information out as possible because we want to make sure everybody's taken care of.
Any additional questions for Sean?
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's your company?
My company is Equality Institute.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have Sean's email listed in the chat box, so definitely feel free to, again, follow up with him if you need additional support, have questions. You also will see that at the top of the chat box, I've also posted 2 links. One is to our event calendar, so if you still want to register for tomorrow's conversation, you can still join us. And then for those of you here in Chicago, the other link is to the city's Small Business Resiliency Fund. Tomorrow is the last day to apply, so if you have not applied and that is something that you're interested in, I definitely encourage you to do that for tomorrow. So with that, again, thank you so much, Sean. Greatly appreciate that. Hopefully everyone taps into those resources you just mentioned, especially updating any information that you have on the NGLCC website. Obviously, I can imagine that any of you that are chamber members, you've likely heard myself say that, probably as well as Zach and Jason. Definitely always making sure that your profiles are up to date, on our own local chamber pages. People go to that directory. You all know in your own searches, people are only clicking one time. And so if you don't have a description there, people are not likely going to do much more research beyond that. So and on all of our pages, make sure that you have everything current, up to date, and completely filled out. So next, as I mentioned, we had a great support from 8 partners that helped us bring this week's activities together. One of those organizations included the Wisconsin LGBT Chamber of Commerce. And so we're very fortunate to have Jason here with us, who is the president of their chamber, and also serves as the, I'm sure those are a real title that I don't quite recall at the moment, but Jason also serves as our sort of chamber affiliate between all of the affiliates and the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce. So he's advocating and championing all of us to have much more better experiences for our members and just our organization. So thank you so much, Jason, for joining us and all the work that you do. And if you don't mind, please tell us a little bit about what's happening in Wisconsin and other things that you have going on.
Sure. Well, thanks so much, Jeremy, for organizing this. I know our members up here are really excited about Industry Week, and when we put it out, they were thrilled. It's been something on our list for a while to figure out how to partner with our neighbors to the south. We're just a quick train ride away, and we can't wait to get back to hopefully some sort of normal circumstances and figure out a way to actually continue to connect our businesses. We are a chamber of about 700 members spread throughout the state of Wisconsin, really focused on how can we build a stronger, diverse community. Diverse business community. We do a variety of events, including regular networking events, but also some of our signature events, including our Women's Leadership Luncheon, our Out of the Kitchen food tasting, Business Equality Summit, and more. One of the groups that we also do is our LGBT BE convening, which brings together our BEs on a quarterly basis and now actually monthly virtually. And that group has really been pushing us to say, how do we work together? So we're hoping when we get through this that we can find ways for our BEs in Wisconsin and our BEs in Illinois to come together and meet and do some matchmaking and really build relationships together, knowing businesses don't stop at the state line. So looking forward to that, but really looking forward to continued collaboration. And thank you, Jeremy, so much for inviting our chamber here in Wisconsin to be a part of this and opening it up to our members. I know they've had a great time this week and looking forward to seeing the future. So thanks.
Thank you so much, Jason. So with that, again, as I mentioned, we due to having a smaller group today, we're able to do some introductions and then make time for some conversations. So super excited about that. So what we'll do is we'll give everyone the opportunity to do just a quick 30-second intro of who they are, their business, where they're from, what services, products you have, all those great things. And then we'll go into making time for just some conversation. As you are introducing yourself, please be sure to provide your contact information in the chat box. So whether it's just a link to your website or your email address, whatever is the best way for folks to reach out to you, please share that information there with us. While we do have enough time to have conversation, we do want to speed through the networking, so we do have the conversation. So, I can't find my little red book, so when your time is up, I'm just going to wave this little hat here and hope that you will see it and cease and desist. If not, then I will just be a kind friend and just mute your audio. So we are going to get started. So we've heard from these first two awesome faces here. So we are going to move to Zach, and we'll have Zach open us up and let us know the great things going on in Philly. Oh, he's already open.
Hi. Thank you, Jeremy. It's a pleasure to be here again today. Thank you so much for setting this up. My name is Zach Wilka. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I'm the executive director of the LGBTQ+ chamber in the Philadelphia area called the Independence Business Alliance. So I do the job that Jason and Jeremy do in the Philadelphia area. And we do a lot of the same things. We're making sure that businesses are certified. We're providing opportunities, access, and resources to our LGBTQ+ businesses and employees as well. We have a great trans jobs program called Trans Work, and we have a really cool program about diversity called Intersections. I will leave the time for everybody else to tell us what kind of amazing businesses they have, and I'm mainly here to observe how great a job Jeremy is doing with the Chicago Chamber. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Zach. Then we will go on to Bernadette.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bernadette Smith. I am here in Chicago. I'm a speaker and trainer on diversity and inclusion issues. So most of that has always been live and in person, although I fortunately had some foresight several years ago to start developing online e-learning content. So I have quite a bit of LGBTQ online e-learning content that's already licensed by companies like law firms and airline manufacturing companies, etc., who license this training and they put it on their learning management system for their employees so they can better understand and be LGBTQ allies. So that has really been my focus lately, has been expanding my advertising budget for my e-learning and putting together virtual Pride programming packages for the tiny sliver of companies which will still have a Pride budget. I'm hoping that they consider educational programming as well as fun stuff, and I would like to be their service provider for that. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Randy.
Hi, I'm Randy Ford, First Story Strategies. I'm a writer and storytelling strategist. I help people understand what story means and how to use it in the ways that they talk about themselves and the work they do and the legacy that they're leaving behind. So I do a lot of in-person trainings as well with people, companies and organizations about how to use storytelling for business development as well as for better communication. Those things are kind of on hold right now. I'm doing a lot of content development, helping people write about COVID-19, stay in touch with their various stakeholders, as well as helping a lot of people figure out their personal stories. I've met a lot of people or talked to a lot of people in the past few weeks who have decided that this is a good time to pivot to doing something new. Maybe that side hustle that they have been putting off and now have no choice but to pursue. And I have a couple of processes that I walk people through to understand really what they're all about, what their story is, and what they want to leave behind to the world. I'll share my information in the chat. Thanks, Jeremy.
The next person, it just says MTRA.
Hi, my name is Megan Trow, and I work for True Value Company in Chicago, right out by O'Hare, and I am a supply planner, and I'm also a part of the Inclusion and Diversity Council, but specifically the Supplier Diversity Council. So we're trying to really get a lot of diverse suppliers into our warehouses and doing business with them because we know that diverse suppliers make companies run better. So I'm really here to just kind of hear how we can do that and how we can include some of these other programs and go from there.
Thank you so much, Megan. Next we'll meet Chris.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Mills. I work at HMR Designs here in Chicago. We are an event design company, full service event design from art and graphics. Floral is our core. We have a wood shop, decorative lighting, fabric. We are obviously at a standstill right now. And I did write Jeremy separately. We did receive the PPP recently in the last few days. I'm very excited because we love our employees. They have a lot of talents. We want to take care of them as much as we're able to. So, during this time where, legally we can't hold events, and, we just want to take care of our employees the most we're able to. We've been focusing most of our efforts. Looks like, the trends are, late August, September, October, those events are kind of are holding true. So we've also utilized the NGLCC supplier portal. We kind of had to make a spreadsheet of our own to keep organized with which companies we were, submitting to be
Supplier with, but that seems to be working pretty well. We're just wanting to, be ready and be optimistic as soon as we get back to, doing all sorts of social and corporate events.
So much. Next, we're going to meet James.
All right, perfect. Hi, everybody. My name is James Hart. I am with a company called Townie Branding. I am the director of marketing. We are currently doing branded merchandise and promotional items, but like everyone else has kind of said, it's kind of slow business right now. But we are offering virtual Pride event gift guides, if you will. So if you guys are in any kind of need of folding fans, sunglasses, cups, t-shirts, whatever it is to host your Pride event or any kind of virtual event that you're doing, reach out and let us know. We're able to source those and find those items and send them out to you guys directly to your home office if needed.
Thank you so much, James.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to unmute David Loomis.
Hi, this is David Loomis with Solution Digital, Chicago-based certified LGBTE. We're a staffing agency that focuses on IT and creative talent, both temp and perm resources. And up until a few weeks ago, our largest client was Hyatt. But given the environment now, we have a large pool of talented resources that we're looking to connect with new opportunities.
Thank you so much, David. Next, we're going to unmute Sean Commitment.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Jeremy. I work for Birds on a Cable. We are a IT consulting firm in Chicago. Our certifications are LGBT and WBE. We provide help desk support, hardware sales, strategy, managed security, all that stuff. And lately we have been working a lot with remote access and keeping businesses operational during this time.
Thank you so much. Next, we're going to meet Robin Hicks.
Hi, everyone. I'm Robin Hicks. I work for BP. I'm a data and reporting analyst, and I'm very active in our BRG, and my interest in joining is to hear how you all are doing. I recently joined the Supplier Diversity Subcommittee of the Illinois Chamber. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks so much to Robin, and shout out to BP, one of our partners. Shanice Brown.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shanice Brown. I'll turn on my video so I can introduce myself. Hi, everyone. I'm actually out of Houston. I am the membership chair of the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce. So just coming on to really learn from you, see what y'all are doing with your industry week, which has been great from the webinars I have joined so far. And on the other side of things, my company is called Empower Financial, and we are a financial services company. We focus on life insurance, retirement. We're doing, as of late, a lot of 401k, 403b, and IRA rollovers into safer products that can protect individuals from market risk. So that's pretty much what we focus on, and of course protecting families with life insurance. So I'm just honored to be able to join in and learn from y'all, because y'all are doing an amazing job. And down in Houston, we're a little bit on the newer side. We're only a few years old, so just trying to learn from other partners. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shanice. Other than last but surely not least, Jason Mamaka.
Hey there, everyone. My name is Jason Mamaclay. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm one of the owners of Fuzzy Logic Escape Room based in Downers Grove. We're a certified LGBTBE and MBE, and we specialize in providing in-house escape room experiences both at our storefront as well as on-site at client offices and events. Because of current events, me and my business partner have been really taking to heart the need to pivot to a virtual environment and looking to see how we could really elevate the team building experience through meetings like these, through fun environments, leveraging the success of our game design, as well as exploring new opportunities for connecting to a corporate crowd.
so much, Jason. One thing that is very exciting, which maybe you all realize as well, is that all of you are very different businesses. There's no common industry amongst you all. So it was very exciting to see different businesses, and hopefully you all heard some opportunities to do some things together with each other, which is always very exciting. There were a number of things I think some of you guys said in some of your intros that I'm sure may have sparked some thoughts or some questions for some of you. So before I throw out some questions to get us going, I want to see if anyone has a question or something that they want to throw out to the group, or anything comes to mind, or throw out some questions. A question that I'll ask folks. So obviously we see that, or we assume, that our corporate partners are having to limit budgets. So there's going to be an impact to the way they spend, the way they purchase, even likely to some of the relationships that you already have as well. So for those of you with existing contracts and relationships with some of the companies, I'd love to know sort of what you're doing to engage those relationships. Sort of example, if someone else reached out to you and said, hey, we're having to put things on hold, or we just don't know what's going on. What are you doing to keep them engaged, to make sure they don't forget about you? What is just your strategies to make sure that that relationship stays active?
Hey, Jeremy, I'd like to try to take a stab at that one. So our business, a large part of our portable component relies on the existence of special events, conferences, times where people gather together to have a great time or to be able to learn with each other to grow their careers. And that obviously isn't happening in the way that it normally does right now. While I'm on the sidelines trying to keep tabs on the way that event planning is happening and whatnot, whenever I hear news coming up, my first course of action is to at least express empathy first and foremost. By being able to put myself in their shoes, recognize how hard or tough it is to either delay or potentially outright cancel an event is very devastating for the team. It's of course devastating for me as a vendor, but by reaching out and saying, I absolutely hear you, feel you, and can empathize in your pain, and thank you for making a smart decision, even though it might not have been your own, to be able to protect the health of your staff as well as your attendees. And by starting from a place of compassion, we're hopeful that that continues to spark the conversation as people hopefully look forward to the silver lining of getting ready for 2021 and hopefully being able to return back to normal at that point. And we want to be a part of that planning process.
Really good. You just reframed that, so it's really good. And again, anyone feel free to come and ask questions. Goodness, I just had it. The words were there, and then it slipped. That question is going to come back to me. So obviously one of the things that we talked about, that Sean talked about with NGLCC, of course, was just filling out their own sort of profile and database system. All of you know, when you've gone to conferences or when you've just talked to potential partners, the one thing that they always talk about is going to the portal, filling it out, creating your profile. I know for many people that is a task that folks don't enjoy, they don't have the time for it. Are there have people found any tricks to doing it quicker? Does anyone outsource that? Are these things that you do on your own? During this time, are you focusing on filling out portals for certain companies? What is that sort of process and experience right now in terms of making sure that companies know who you are and that they know how to contact you?
Hey, Jeremy, I think that's something that we've been trying to get very aggressive with, just because it seems like right now it's like we're going to need our corporate partners really help. Small businesses definitely will. So yeah, I've been spending a lot of time in portals and trying to reach out to different contacts, and it's actually been very responsive. So those portals, they're worth it if you just dig in and start going. And then once you tell your story to one of their contacts, everybody knows that their small businesses need a lot of help, and a lot of corporate partners know about having their supply chain diverse and with small businesses, because I mean, a corporation doesn't have a business if small businesses aren't around, because nobody will have any money to buy their stuff. So yeah, I think it's definitely something to be dedicated to right now, and it does take some time, but you're just at home anyways for the most part, so it gives you something to do.
And hopefully you all saw in the comments from Robin, she encouraged everyone to make sure that they, if you're interested in working with BP, definitely come fill out the portal, because it's one of the first places that they go to identify potential people. Wondering if Robin or Megan might have any questions for the suppliers on the phone, in terms of just things that you might be having questions about, or things that you're seeing internally from your own companies.
This is Robin, especially in this time when so many firms are pivoting to do other things. If you are registered in the portal, it's probably not a bad idea to go back and revisit and make sure your NICS codes are up to date, and put as many of those codes in there as you think are possibly appropriate to the services or goods that you have.
Thank you so much, Robin.
I ditto that for your NGLCC profile. Also, another, I'm being asked more and more from partners is they want to know annual revenue. If you don't mind, put that into your profile as well, so we'll have that right at hand and be able to let them know what that is.
So obviously, Robin just talked about, and some of you guys talked about sort of pivoting, of course, right now as well. I'd love to hear some examples from some of you, or maybe some things that you're doing right now to pivot and to make sure that your business is relevant and able to be of resource during this time. Any things that you're already doing, or maybe that you're thinking about doing, that folks on this call can give you some feedback on.
Hey, Jeremy, you were breaking up for me a little bit there. To whom was that question addressed?
So was just asking if people wanted to share suggestions of things that they've done to pivot in the wake of COVID, or even if they might have ideas about things that they're interested in doing. And maybe people here could share some comments or some thoughts about what those activities are. If not, again, throughout the week, we've been talking about, again, people having limited resources, limited time. And so, Sean just talked about right now, they're focusing a lot of effort on, filling out those portals and making sure that their profiles are complete there. What are some other things that people are doing to build their time? Where are you focusing a lot of your energy? Is it, again, we're just going to find all the links to fill out all the portal websites? Are we going to focus on a new Facebook strategy? Any one area or activity that folks are like, you know what, I have this extra time, I'm going to focus on making this part of my business, or really just utilizing this as a way to grow my business.
I had a quick question. This is Chris Mills from HMR. With the supplier portals and the corporate portals via the NGLCC website, Sean, are you finding that to submit your application to the various companies, you kind of it's kind of company by company where that link is? I didn't seem to find a uniform landing spot for each of the different corporate partners?
Yeah, each partner has their own portal, unfortunately. So if you
I mean,
go,
we found that. I just wanted to make sure I was most efficient.
yeah, each one, they're all different. And so, what I've learned in the past, because I also have been a supplier before. We used to have, because a lot of them ask the same questions, I would just have a spreadsheet with that information and just copy paste, and which made it go a little bit faster when completing those portals.
Exactly. Got it. I'll just share a quick little, anecdote of how we're kind of reacting to the times. Being that we're, floral is our core. Mother's Day is traditionally we have a lot of floral orders. So we've been working with our suppliers and like our Dutch suppliers and floral farms to submit our company's like branding for tissue paper. And basically we've come up with a ready to go contactless floral Mother's Day gift order that doesn't even come through us. And we're just within the kind of box that arrives is recommendations how to arrange the flowers and a container. So just keeps us offering our services, but in a safe way.
Good idea. Well, there's another, hopefully you guys saw this comment here from Jason. He recommends performing searches with the company's name, portal, and keywords like procurement, supplier diversity, tier 1 supplier, prime supplier, and other hot terms that indicate where or if a company is tracking that kind of information. So another bit of tidbit from Jason. Unless anyone has any other final questions or thoughts or suggestions for others, I will give you guys about 4 more minutes of your day. My final thoughts are, again, if you know any people who are retail storefronts or business to consumer based businesses, please encourage them to join us tomorrow, where we'll be joined by the Illinois Retail Merchants Association. Again, very excited to have their president join us. For those of you, all of you, for the business certified, I hope that you will also join us next week on April 29th. That's when we'll be doing our LGBT BE Now What workshop. In light of situation, we've turned it more so into just a panel. So we'll have Anjanetta Friesen. So if you're a chamber member, you know that she was our last year's supplier diversity advocate. And so her and Ryan Ruskin will be talking about how they've been able to build a relationship and just some really best one-on-one practices for folks who are newly certified, or even just thinking about getting certified. So definitely hope that all of you will join us, and you might be surprised what sparks of ideas you might get there, as hopefully you did today as well. Again, tomorrow's the last day to apply for the Chicago Resiliency Fund. So do that if you have not done so already. As we have all seen, again, there is likely going to be more paycheck program funds made available. So if you were one of those people who were interested in applying the first time but did not get to, or if you were denied, definitely encourage you to right now be working with your banker to try to figure out what to do to make sure that your application process is a little bit more smoother the next time around. Definitely big congratulations to Chris you all on getting approved for that. I am very excited to have HMR Designs as one of our local certified BEs, as they are one of the larger companies that we have certified. If I remember correctly, Chris, I think I was told that during sort of normal seasons, you guys have maybe about 125, 150 employees. And then during peak seasons, can have up to 250 people. So really, yeah.
Yeah, a mix of our freelance and full-time, and in the sales department and across the board. You're correct. Yeah.
So definitely real great example of a local LGBT-owned business that is real striving, still moving forward and keeping people to work. And so definitely as you all get ready to make your Mother's Day arrangements, hope you will consider HMR Designs for those options. Again, thank you everyone for joining us this week. Hope that you join us on Friday and hope to see you next week on the 29th for our LGBTBE Now What workshop. Again, thanks to all of our partners for your effort. Thank you again, Sean, for joining us today and sharing all of that great information. Other than that, I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Everyone, thanks so much.